All right. These mock docs are getting a little bit too real because there were multiple instances when I was watching this movie where I was thinking to myself, huh, is this real? Like, I know it happened a long time. Like, the original events of this happened a really long time ago. But I was like, is this real? It's like, is this real? So that thought was constantly running through my mind while I was watching this. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strong from QuickTime Reactions, and last week I was intending on seeing a mystery movie, but the projector at the theater that I was going to was broke. They weren't able to show the mystery movie last week, but they had another mystery movie this week, and it was horror related, as you can tell by my intro leading into this. And this movie that I watched tonight for the mystery movie was Hunting Matthew Nichols. This was directed by Markian Tarasiuk. I probably butchered his last name. I apologize. Tarasiuk and Sean Harris Oliver wrote this movie, and it also stars Tarasiuk, as well as Miranda McDougall and Ryan Alexander McDonald, as well as a whole host of others. And it tells the story about Markayan, who's trying to do a documentary about a sister, or a used to be sister, Tara Nichols, who is searching for her brother who vanished into the woods a little over 20 years ago. And as she uncovers more and more details about what could have potentially happened on that night, she feels more estranged from her brother as things progress. So will she be able to get her answers? We'll have to wait and see. So I think I saw a trailer for this maybe once, maybe twice. So this wasn't like heavily on my radar. But I had seen that this was going to be playing at the theater that I frequent quite a lot. Not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that. So I would have probably reviewed this when it came out, but I'm reviewing it now since I went to the mystery movie tonight. And as you can probably tell by the premise, you're like, wait, isn't that a little bit familiar to something? Yeah, it is a little bit familiar to people who have seen Shelby Oaks, Chris Stuckman's film. That is also about a sister who is looking for a relative that has gone missing, out in the woods. But instead of Ohio, this movie is actually set in Canada, which I think makes it a different flavor because Canada's wilderness is definitely different from a Midwestern wilderness, which is basically all sorts of trees, thorns, whereas up in Canada you have I think it looked like, birch trees, different types of forests, and it's also going to be a lot colder up there as well. And it's, I would say, more picturesque than what it is here in the Midwest. I'm just going to be straight up truthful about that. Another point of interest for this movie is 100% Blair Witch as well. Like, they reference it in the movie as well, or in the mock doc. And the last scene of the movie is very much something ripped out of the original Blair Witch as well. But I really like how this movie, again, going back to my intro for this, they portrayed this so well. The realism in this is done perfectly. Absolutely perfectly, in my opinion. And I think that really comes down to the performances in this. The three that are listed, Markian, not only, writing and directing this, but also being a focal character in this movie as well. I thought he did a really good job in this movie. Miranda McDougall as Tara, I thought she did a really, really good job. And Ryan Alexander McDonald, I thought he did a really good job for the little bits that he had here and there throughout the movie as well. Everyone else in this was also really, really good and just added to the sense of realism. The cinematography was done by Justin Sebastian, and I really like the combination of, like, 3 camera setups that were shown, mixed in with really good handheld, which I'm assuming was all done by Ryan Alexander McDonald. To then, towards the tail end of the movie, we get that real Blair Witch sense, which is very much handheld, actually, holding the camera and moving around and, jostling the camera with the environment and reacting to what's around you. I thought all of that was done really, really well. The music, which was done by Jeff Griffiths and Christopher King, I thought was also really, really good, added to the suspense of the movie as well. And I thought that was also really well done as well. I'm curious to see what the critic response and what the audience response is going to be. Because this is, again, a very similar premise to what happens in Shelby Oaks. Whereas with Shelby Oaks, I think the twist at the end of the movie really sells it, and I think makes it pretty good. It makes it pretty good in my opinion. Whereas this one, this is straight out and out, like, I don't want to say a typical horror movie because Blair Witch is not a typical horror movie. But it's in a similar vein to Blair Witch, where it's like, you get to learn about these characters and then you get to see them essentially crumble at the end. So I'll be very interested to see what the critic response and the audience response is to this movie. Because a lot of people gave Shelby Oaks a bit of gruff, mainly because I think, one, I don't know if they were paying attention to the movie or not, but, or maybe I'm just too, look at every single little detail when I watch a movie. That may just be me. I don't know. But it may be like they didn't catch some of the details, or two, it's Stuckman and they want to just poo-poo it from the get-go. I don't know. Or they just didn't have a good time. That could also be a valid reason as well. But this one feels more straightforward, even though it is very much not a straightforward movie. It's kind of straightforward, kind of not, because it stays in that mock doc style for basically the entirety of the runtime of the movie, which is just a touch under 90 minutes. So, movie flew by really, really quickly. But again, I'll be very interested to see what the critic and audience response is to this movie in comparison to what I think is a relatively close companion to it, which is Shelby Oaks. But I had a fun time with this. The ending definitely, I was covering my face up and, not looking at, a vast majority of the screen because I don't want to have that evil in my life. Not in the slightest. But I had a really good time with this movie. The performances in this were really good. Direction was really good. The script was written pretty well. Music also really good. Like, I had a pretty fun time with this. Like, this is a new take on the Blair Witch Project, mixed in with some of the elements from Shelby Oaks. And I had a pretty fun time with this movie. So if you have some time over the weekend, over the Easter weekend, take the kids to go see Super Mario Galaxy, and then maybe the adults can have some fun and go watch this movie. But yeah, I certainly had a fun time watching this, and I definitely give this a recommendation if you guys are so inclined to go see this at the movies. But that is just my opinion. What did you guys think about this movie? Let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, I think that's going to be pretty much it for me on this one, guys. Be safe out there, and if someone tells you not to go into a creepy section of town, my suggestion to you is to listen to that person, because if it were me in that position, I wouldn't want to deal with that kind of bad juju in my life. So, just listen to them. Just listen to them, and your life will be better because of it. And I will catch you guys next time.